welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I know this isn't my usual background, but Lydia has officially taken over my bedroom, so I can't work in there anymore. So I am actually in my husband's work office right now, but he's done with work, so I'm just taking over his room now. I am going to have to try to film this video as quickly as possible because Lydia is taking a nap right now, and homegirl cannot sleep for more than 30 minutes when she naps, if we even get lucky with that. So I'm hoping to do this before she wakes us up. So today we are going to talk about my body 6 weeks postpartum. Before I got pregnant, that was probably the most fit I have ever been in my entire life. I was working out probably 5 to 6 times a week. So doing like HIIT workouts, weightlifting, and yoga. And then I was also doing the keto diet and eating super healthy, and I was just in really, really good shape. I was working on trying to grow more muscle, so mainly like my butt and getting a nice flat stomach. And then I got pregnant, so I had to stop all of that. And especially being pregnant, you also can't be on a diet because you don't want to restrict yourself and not give your baby the proper nutrients. So I had to stop the keto diet. I stopped weightlifting, even though the doctor said whatever you were doing before you were pregnant, you can still do after you're pregnant. But it was my first pregnancy, and I was just so worried about something going wrong because literally my doctor was like, you're not going to get pregnant without fertility medication, and I got pregnant naturally. So there was nothing I was going to do to jeopardize that pregnancy. So I literally stopped everything. I was never really worried about the way my body looked while I was pregnant because I've always thought that pregnant women were just so beautiful and their bumps were so cute, like regardless of how your bump looked like. I just thought it was such a beautiful thing. And so I did not care what happened to my body while I was pregnant. I got so many stretch marks. My belly grew really, really big, and I thought I was so cute. But yeah, so I was not worried about that at all when I was pregnant. After I gave birth, my skin was so saggy and so wrinkly, and even now, I'm 2 months postpartum. I know I'm finally recording this video. My skin is still saggy, so like I am working out and stuff again, but my stomach isn't really shrinking because my skin has been so stretched out. So even though my stomach is pretty hard when I'm flexing, it doesn't look like it's in shape because my skin still sags there. After I gave birth, like I still looked pregnant, I think a week or 2 afterwards. So my belly was still really bloated and it didn't go down. I was half mentally prepared for how my body was going to look while I was pregnant, but I don't think I was prepared for how my body would look now, only because it's so different than what I'm used to, and my body has never looked like this before. Here is what it looks like from the front. Hopefully you guys can see. And then from the side, all my stretch marks are still there. You can see that my skin is just like indented from the stretch marks, and they're kind of wrinkly. And then the front part of my belly is still really stretch marky, and it's super dark, and my belly button looks really weird. And then this side, the stretch marks are still pretty dark and pretty crazy. I don't know when they're gonna go away or when they're gonna turn white, but yeah, you can see the texture of my skin is like super wrinkly and like it's like so squishy. I'm definitely not upset about how my body looks because I know I grew a baby, and that is like a huge toll on your body, but it's just really different because nothing in my closet fits anymore. But on the bright side, that means I can go shopping and buy all these cute new clothes and outfits and stuff like that. But yeah, nothing in my closet fits. And that is just so weird to me because I'll go out shopping, which I recently did, and I was picking up all these smalls because that was my pre-pregnancy size. And then I went to go try everything on, and I was like, oh wait, I don't fit anything. And it was just really weird because I'm so used to grabbing a small, and a small would look big to me, and then I'd put it on and I don't fit it. And so I just had to like get out of that mindset of grabbing smalls and start grabbing things that were a size or 2 up because that's what my body fits into now. My hips are actually a lot wider too now, which is really exciting because I didn't have any hips before, and I was trying to grow my hip dip area out before I was pregnant. So now that after I'm pregnant, I have some hips, it's like super exciting. And then another really exciting thing is that I actually have boobs now. I know I'll probably deflate after I'm done breastfeeding, but as of right now, it's great. And I don't know how saggy it'll get afterwards because I'm pretty flat there. Like I literally had nothing there before I was pregnant, and now there's a little bit of something. So after I'm done breastfeeding, I don't know how much more will go down because there was literally like nothing there to sag, you know? So I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'm glad though that I'm not upset about the way my body looks. I'm just indifferent towards it because when I was 4 weeks postpartum, someone did call me fat and ask me why my belly was still there. And I was just like, all right, it's not like I just gave birth to a baby 4 weeks ago or something, so whatever. As for my stretch marks, they're all still there and they're still pretty dark. I don't really mind the stretch marks because that is literally the reason why I have a baby. My baby grew in my belly and I was able to house my baby in there. So of course my skin is going to stretch and of course it's going to sag. So even though I look at it in the mirror and it sometimes doesn't look that great to me, I have to just remind myself that a baby did grow in there and all those amazing things that happen to your body. So I'm not upset about my stretch marks either. If they go away or stay, that's just a part of me and a reason as to why I have Lydia now. So I think all those stretch marks are definitely worth every bit of it. I haven't even been putting anything on them anymore. When I was pregnant, I was putting on the Palmer's cocoa butter, but I really don't know if that even did anything. It just helped my stretch marks not itch anymore because as my belly was stretching, it was getting a little bit itchy because my skin was stretching. But now that I've given birth, I literally haven't done anything or put any lotion on it or anything like that. So there is one thing though that I have been extremely upset about and I absolutely hate, and it is my pity. Y'all, like literally if you go back into my pregnancy transformation video, you can see my pity growing, and 6 weeks postpartum, it was still so big. It's definitely gone down now, but I'll show you how it looks like now. I'm 2 months postpartum now, and like this is how it looks. My armpits are also really dark because I'm insulin resistant and I have to eat carbs since I'm breastfeeding, but this is how it looks. Like from the side, you can see that it kind of like juts out and it's just like this flap of skin. So while I was pregnant, it started growing and I was like, oh gosh, what if it's like a tumor in my armpit or something? Because I do have a fibroid in my right breast that I've gotten removed before. And so when I got that thing in my armpit growing, I was like, ugh, what is this? And I never went and got it checked, which probably isn't the safest thing to do, but everything turned out fine. But anyway, so when Lydia was 5 days old, we had to take her to the ER because her body temperature was too low. And then she was crying hysterically because they were poking her and trying to draw her blood and everything. And it was honestly one of the worst experiences of my life. And I had no idea when you hear a baby cry, your milk comes out. And so that day, my milk came in so hard and so strong. It also came into my pity. And that's how I knew that it wasn't a tumor and that it had something to do with my milk glands. So I went on Google, of course, handy dandy Google, and looked it up, and apparently it is something called a pity, where you have milk ducts that can extend to your armpits, and sometimes those glands get filled with milk. So that day, my pity was so engorged and so painful. Like I can't even explain like that weird feeling of having this big, it was like triple, if not like quadruple the size of this right now. And I'm honestly so embarrassed talking about it, but I know I need to be transparent about everything that's been happening. And it was just so painful. And so I called my lactation specialist just to double check that's what it was. And she was like, yeah, unfortunately, this is a thing. And it happens to like 6% of people. I think that was the percentage she said. But it is, your milk duct that's in there and it's filling with milk, and she told me to just put a cold compress on it, and now it's actually gone down. I don't even notice it. It's just extra tissue there. I do get so conscious of it though, because even when I'm sitting like this or like moving my arms, you can see it there, and like I feel like everyone's staring at it, but that's probably just me thinking everyone's staring at it. But now that I've brought it up, y'all are probably staring at it, but that's okay. But yeah, that is one thing about my post-pregnancy body that I actually really hate, because I've already was self-conscious of my armpits before because they were so dark, and now I have this crazy lump looking thing. It literally just looks like blubber. Like, it's super squishy and really soft now because milk doesn't go in there anymore. But yeah, that's one thing I actually really hate. I can get it removed, but I don't think insurance will cover it because it's kind of like a cosmetic thing and it's not medically necessary. So I guess I'm just stuck with this for the rest of my life. Also, speaking of armpits, I had no idea when you breastfeed, your body odor is literally offensive. Like, I just feel like I stink so badly all the time, like all the time. And I had no idea that would happen if you breastfeed. If y'all are breastfeeding and you stink, don't worry, because your body produces all those odors so your baby is better able to find your nipple. I can't use deodorant on it either because it just makes me stink even more. Like, the smell of body odor and deodorant mixed together just does not work. The thing is though, I'm not sweaty either. Like, it just has a smell there. So like, normally you get body odor when you're sweaty, but no, I'm literally not even sweating. I'm just emitting odors. And so yeah, that's another thing I'm very self-conscious about because I don't like stinking, but now I'm very hyper aware of the way I smell. But yeah, that is everything on my 6-week postpartum body. I am also going to do a video on mental health. I just wanted to break it up because there's a lot I wanted to talk about that, and I just didn't want this video to be too long. So I hope you all enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.